Let's get busy. Let me would help unmute us. Shooting from the lip live, back at it. It's been like about a month since I've done one of these. So, hello guys. It's Sunday, October 18th. Fall weather, hoodie weather. Clarissa is the guest tonight. What's up?
Hey, how are you?
Good. We've talked about doing one of these for a little bit, a minute or so. Finally pin you down. Shoot the shit with you. I've been a fan of your social media. I first kind of was brought to your attention. I guess that's the right way. You were brought to my attention via Ben Markham, some of his work he was doing, and but I noticed. Truth is, I noticed all of Ben's work. It's really good stuff. Good guy, and just being nosy, as a podcaster, it's research, not stalking. It's research. So as I was doing research, I come to just seeing the stuff that you post, whether it was on Facebook or Instagram, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of like-minded with this person, and she seems pretty cool, and someone I would love to have on and just shoot the shit with for a little bit. So, Clarissa, welcome. You good? Everybody good on your end?
Yeah.
Kids, everybody? No kids tonight, right? You're kid-free?
No kids, just the dogs, but they're napping, so I'm free.
Very cool. Give us a little bit of background on you. I mean, you, besides the modeling you do for Ben, it's modeling. Well, what else are you into? Give me a little history, a little bio about you.
Well, I am originally from Salt Lake City, Utah. I was born and raised there. Yes, I grew up Mormon. I know that was your next question.
You still?
Good question.
Are you still practicing? No.
I told you I just got turned last night. Mormons can't do that. So, no, not Mormon.
Yeah, that's true. So you Salt Lake City, when did you navigate to the right side? When I say right, is it not correct, but right is in directional, right, left, right side of the U.S.
Let's see. So I guess when I was about 22 or 23, I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina, and took a job there. I didn't have any reason to stay in Utah, and the position was offered, so I just packed up and moved. And then when I was there, I ended up meeting my now ex-husband. We lived in the Carolinas for like 5 years and moved to Louisville about 7 years ago for his job. So.
Oh, okay. So you had no family ties or nothing that brought you here to the Ville. Just the hubby, huh?
Bourbon's what brought us, for real.
Bourbon. That's a good call. Yeah, the taste, that smooth bourbon taste. And are you a bourbon drinker? Not last night, right?
No, probably would feel better if it was bourbon, but no. Yeah, I do like bourbon. I don't drink it super often just because I don't recover well anymore. It's
you're kind of itty bitty too. I say that with due respect.
I appreciate that, but yeah, I just don't recover well.
Well, you said what was all right? Just humor. What was the wine of choice last night?
Oh, God,
like red? Was it just
whatever he poured us? Honestly, I think we started with red, and but I love. I think that anything with bubbles, I love. Plus the glasses are prettier. And
you really are a girl. You really are a chick. Yeah, 100%. Which is okay. Not a bad thing. All right. So again, shooting from the lip tonight. Hanging out with Clarissa. I think nothing's off the table. I kind of vetted you. I'm like, well, what can we talk about or not talk about? And you were like, let's just talk. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So give me the time frame. So you said 5 years ago you've been in Louisville, or you came to Louisville 5 years?
7 years ago. Yeah.
7. Pros and cons of Louisville.
Um.
And how do you say it too, by the way? You got to say it right.
Yeah. You say it like you just had a stroke. Louisville.
Louisville.
Yeah.
All right, give me what you like and don't like.
I love the restaurants are great, and I love
food industry is very good here, and drink.
it is.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. There's always somewhere to go in those terms. I like our park system is great here. So many awesome outdoor spaces for being in a metro. Like, that's pretty great.
Park, like to go exercise, to take the kids, both, all of the above.
I mean, I don't really exercise there. I prefer the gym, but I like to just, walk around and just be outside, especially now that it's COVID. Like, that's the only thing you can do. So
yeah, we're going to definitely talk about that COVID. And well, let's go ahead. You brought nice little segue. You brought it up. COVID came into our lives earlier this year.
mm-hmm.
We're at least 7 months strong into COVID. How has that impacted you, your family? Anything?
Yeah, I've been really lucky as far as my job goes that I was able to work remotely. I wasn't furloughed or, so I didn't miss out on anything that way. So for me, it's been okay. The kids so they're in Oldham County schools, which is back in-person instruction now. And that has been awesome. I mean, they still wear masks and everything. But before that, when we were really quarantined, like super locked down, I mean, they really suffered. Their mental health was bad.
Can I ask how old your kids? I'm going somewhere with this. It's just, how old are they?
Oh, sorry. My daughter's about to be 10 and my son's 8.
Okay. So something to this dramatic, they've never experienced. Well, I mean, and then again, now I think about it, in our lifetime, we've not experienced that. This,
right.
Being shut down, being forced to wear a mask.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of something to this kind of pandemic, I don't think ever crossed our mind. It didn't cross mine. I never would have thought that we would have, basically watched cities get shut down, businesses. I'm a music guy, so I love getting out and watching my friends play. That's, on hold. And I'm one who does take it serious. I remember when it first came out, how it all of a sudden, well, maybe not when it first came out, it was very political. You had an administration who initially proclaimed it a Democratic hoax. And we're not going to get buried in politics here, but that's where right away this pandemic put us in a divide. People weren't either, thought it was an overhyped media thing. And then there's people who took it serious. I've got parents in their 70s, and based on the information I got, I took it serious. So much more so because, I didn't want to infect them, just that kind of thing. So, when it all came out and, how it all kind of played out initially, where was your mindset? Did you think it was overhyped, or did you feel like the science is right this time, or what?
Science. No, I definitely because there was also, I don't want to say that it was misinformation, but I guess we all kind of learned about the virus in real time, which made it difficult. So initially, if you remember, they started talking about how it was like a 10% mortality rate, super scary. And yeah, I was on board 100%, like quarantine all the way and all of that. And, now I'm kind of in the place where it's hard to really say, because you never want to be the one responsible for someone else's harm, right? At least I don't. But at the same time, like the lockdowns and everything else are really destroying other people's lives in other ways.
Right.
So it's hard to find that balance. But I definitely, wear masks in public and do all of that, but not quarantining anymore. I try to live my life as best I can. Like I had to be back in the gym, and like I just go outside a lot, try to keep my immune system healthy in ways that I think are good. But,
No, I'm totally with you. I was at the early stages of it. I think the people with common sense tried to educate themselves and not be influenced by, the media or, any political agendas. And I think one of the things, being a sports guy, one of the things how I took it serious is when, here in Louisville, Kentucky, or in the state of Kentucky, college basketball is king. I'm a Kentucky fan. I don't know where you stand. If you bleed red or you pull for the red, it's okay. We'll still keep talking. Where I'm going is that, that time of year in March, it was March Madness. So it's a big deal. College basketball is huge here. And to watch a industry, NCAA, shut down an event that brings in millions, probably even close to billions, that's when you realize I put my money on, the NCAA, those businesses, those big corporations, the NBA, Major League Baseball, who shut things down or created bubbles, not because Anderson Cooper said it was the right thing to do, but because their experts were in connection with, the global experts. So that's where I'll argue with anybody who's, had hyped it as some overhyped media thing. Those organizations are not going to leave millions of dollars on the table because, though Anderson Cooper's a good guy, I like him, but they're not going to listen to him, when it comes to how they're running their business. So that was my take with when COVID came out.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely agree with that part of it. I think in most, conspiracies, it's always follow the money. So it doesn't really make sense to follow the money and see how much everybody's losing. I don't know. Well, I'm with you, but I do think that we're to a point where maybe we need to do some more like zombie stuff, maybe still opportunities for people to protect their loved ones. But we're in a situation like people really do need to work. People need to be able to, their families. So I don't know. There has to be some middle ground solution. But,
totally. I'm totally with you. The middle, something that, on social media, I've during this pandemic, or actually not just pandemic, the last 3+ years of what's, who's been running the show, you kind of see, you get a new perspective with life, with people. And that's been a struggling point. I can, going back to COVID real quick, I have to say, personally, I knew of 6 people who died because of it. Wow. 4 that I was friends, I can say I was friends with. 2 were kind of family that I just knew as more of an acquaintance thing. So I knew I'm convinced it's real. I still remember. This is where you struggle with our leadership when you realize they don't have some people don't have a clue. And I remember, I think it was Kellyanne Conway going on Fox News, and COVID-19. The 19 is not. It's reflective of the year.
Right.
I don't know if you remember her going on where she mentioned COVID-19. We've had, I'm paraphrasing here, 18 other COVIDs and we survived.
I remember.
And I was like, good God. So with that said too, we're 2 weeks away from, or 2 weeks or so. I guess it's about 2 weeks from this coming Tuesday, right? Sounds about right. The election. Your thoughts again. I don't want to get too political, but I mean, it's this one.
It's going to be
deal.
It's going to be. I mean, it already is, but I think either way, it's going to be bad. I've really, the first time Trump was elected, I just was like so into it. I was watching all the debates. I was, I'm sure a little off the rails on Facebook too. I get pretty opinionated, but like this time I'm just like, you know what? It doesn't even really matter. I know Trump's terrible. I don't need to hear any more of his thoughts or opinions. I don't think Biden's good either. It's just.
I'm totally with you. Big picture, you and I share a lot of the same political mindset. To think that in 2020, this is who we have to choose from. It's very disheartening. But
again, though, that's the thing that's so frustrating. It's like we didn't learn anything from Hillary and Trump. Like two garbage candidates, and we still 4 years later we're going to put two more garbage candidates out there.
I was kind of still rooting for Bernie. Just saying. But anyways, politics is two of the greatest conversations on a podcast. Politics and religion. I should press you on the Mormon thing, but I won't. But is that religion everything that people think or know it to be outside of the faith?
Okay, well, Mormonism, it's always really interesting for me to talk to people, and I don't mind it at all talking to them about my experience, because it is a trip, especially if you grow up as a Utah Mormon. You're very different than other Mormons.
That's the home base. That's the mothership.
It's your culture. I mean, it's everything. It's so immersive. And but the first thing is like, no, we don't do polygamy anymore. So that's usually the biggest question.
Anymore. I like that. Anymore.
It was a thing.
It was?
Yeah, no, we don't do that anymore. I'm trying to think what else like people really. I think it's also the lifestyle, like no alcohol, no coffee, no tea, no sex before marriage. What else? I don't know. Like a lot of just. Life is more fun when you're not.
Life is more fun. Hashtag life is more fun outside of it. People, just real quick, if for those who are with us, Clarissa is totally okay with any questions, comments that you want to throw out. Now, granted, be respectful. I do see them. I know you. I think you have access to see them.
I do.
Can you? Yeah, you do. You do say you should. There's like a comments, but for me to, if I see something that I think is a good question or comment, I'll throw it on the screen so we can see it together. So, and come to find out today, we had I'm doing a FaceTime thing with a buddy of mine, and turned out to be kind of a mutual friend, Mr. Michael Ray, and He's the one that turns frowns upside down, man. Michael, you out there listening? Thanks. Love what you do.
He has so much energy.
I know. I mean, good God. I'm like, I've tried to get him to admit how many Mountain Dews he has before he does his videos. So
right. He's just main-baiting them just.
Is this somebody you know?
Oh yes. That's
life is more fun. It's a hashtag. We got to hashtag that. Pronounce his name for me.
Sawandi.
Sawandi, love that name. Life is more fun. That's a great hashtag. I've got to get a shirt for you. Life is more fun.
Okay.
The whole concept of, well, not the whole. I'm staying with Mormon only to segue to something else. One of my other shows I do currently doing 3 different podcasts, and one of the other ones is a paranormal podcast. And the Mormon faith, correct me if I'm wrong, has some ties to alien life or another. No?
Wait. Oh, keep going and maybe
well, I mean, is it Smith? What's his first name? The guy. Who?
Yeah.
What was it?
Joseph.
Yeah. Am I not right in saying that his take is that, all right, let's do this. Educate me. Maybe I need more education.
Well,
does the Mormon faith, go ahead, say it again.
I just don't know where you're going with it exactly. You tell me what you think and then I'll tell you what it is.
It is Christianity. Mm-hmm. This religion basically is thought for a long time, that the sun rotated around the earth. I understand Mr. Smith's thinking is that there is life outside of this world of ours. Fair? Is that right or not? Or am I totally wrong?
I mean, I guess you could.
Or did you skip that class in your Mormon?
No, I went to all of them. I was hardcore Mormon. Like, I mean, I'm an all or nothing kind of person usually. So I was all about it.
Maybe I'm off.
Well, okay. So what they believe as far as the afterlife goes, and this is maybe where it comes into play, is that when you die, rather than just being like heaven, hell, like purgatory, whatever, there's like different levels. It's like a video game kind of. Like, so if you there's 3 different worlds, and if you get to the highest world, and 3 more levels inside, if you get to like the top, very best world, then you get to become a god, and you and your spouse, and you can be polygamist in heaven, by the way, just not on earth. But anyway, later, so you and your 7 wives or whatever can create your own worlds and have your own spirit babies. So maybe that's where the extra stuff comes from. I don't know. Maybe
that's it. I have to admit, yeah, I honestly didn't know you had that faith or that practice was in your past. So I would have done probably a little more research on it just for the conversation. But since I didn't, we'll kind of move forward with that. I sent you some talking points, and give me, like right now, you trying to get back into life as it is. What are you getting back to? Working, you mentioned working out and being outside. Mm-hmm. What else?
Well, I feel like we can't really do a whole lot else. I mean, really, everything we're about to be back seems like we're about to be locked down again. But I've been trying to focus on what I can control. So working out, trying to set up, really, it's a great time to start changing my routines. So I'm starting tomorrow waking up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
I know. It's going to be rough. I've been trying to do this for 2 weeks, but yeah. And then doing like some my fitness stuff again, and
Stay with your fitness, because some of the
come out.
some of the pics, images that you put out there, clearly you're into the fitness thing. Fair?
Yeah. Not as COVID's, affected me
Was
too.
it? Were you in any competitions with it? Because you were pretty freaking chiseled out, and so tell me about that.
Oh, okay. So I started bodybuilding in, when was it, like 2014, and competed for maybe 3 years. Is that right? Yeah, it's been a while since I competed, but I've been playing with the idea of, I don't know, maybe doing it again. We'll see.
What was that like?
For me, it was great, because at that point in my life, I just had 2 kids. Finally, I'm off for a while, and I didn't feel like I was a real person anymore, if that makes sense. Just my whole purpose had been wrapped. Well, my whole purpose was just kids and being a mom, house. There's nothing for me as a person, and
did you feel like you were taking a back seat to everything? I mean, is that?
Yeah, but by choice. It wasn't like a resentful kind of thing. It was just like, this was the stage of life I was in, and then I was out of it, and I recognized that it was time to do something for me again. And I'd gone into fitness before having kids, because I was actually morbidly obese.
For real?
Yeah, nobody ever believes me, but I was a big girl. And
during your Mormon days.
Yes. Yeah, we like to eat. But anyways.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I kind of gotten into fitness that way, because I just didn't want to end up like, it's kind of like a family thing. Most of the women in my family are bigger, and so I didn't want to do that. So I educated myself and taught myself about nutrition and fitness and everything. And so after I had kids and lost the baby weight, I was like, ooh, this doesn't look the same. Like the weight is gone, but it's like flabby, and yeah. So I started teaching myself how to lift weights, and that just snowballed into fitness competitions. Yeah.
So did it traveling? Did you go competitions?
Yeah. And I wasn't like, I don't know. I looked great for sure, but I never got to do like a national level show or anything like that. So that's, I think, why I kind of want to try it again, and just maybe go a little harder.
To look great again.
No, I mean, I don't know how shredded I want to be, though.
I think you look fine. I got to get this comment, and this is kind of funny. This goes back to the Mormon thing. Would you have to take all your wives, even the ones you don't like in this world? Yeah. How does that work? Let's go back, because I'm so intrigued about that. I mean, even though the whole polygamy thing, it's not like all the wives are like top of the line. Let's be honest. Come on.
I mean, not everyone's going to sign up for that lifestyle for sure. So you kind of probably at some point have to take what you can get. But
you call it a lifestyle. Is it really a lifestyle? I mean, it's in the name of religion, right? I guess for me, it's not per se. I don't look at it as a lot. Well, go ahead. Enlighten me.
Yeah, no, I think polygamy is bullshit, and it's part of why I think Mormonism is bullshit. It's just too big of an issue and too big of a part of the history for it to not make everything else bullshit. But what happens in the afterlife? So, okay, if I married someone in the temple and then we got a divorce, but he remarried somebody else, unless we got approval from the Mormon prophet to dissolve our marriage eternally, I would have to go be with that dude, my ex-husband, in the afterlife, and his new chick.
His new chick.
Like,
so I guess James, to answer your question, she's got to be a team player still. It's like it's like you go from the starting lineup to the bench. You're coming off the bench,
right? But technically, I would be the first wife. I would have to be a first wife for sure if I was going to be a polygamist. I feel like she's the one in charge.
Is she? I don't know that. Is she?
So
her and there's it's not like all of a sudden she has does the first have final say, or does the first have equal say?
Well, if you watch the show, there's a show called Sister Wives. I think it's on TLC. It's super interesting, and they are like, they follow Mormon doctrine, but polygamy isn't part of the gospel now, so they're not like real Mormons, but whatever. And they do that, like, it's kind of like a hierarchy. You like lose say the further down the line you are,
but the guy stays in charge, right?
Yeah. The man's the head of the household.
Yeah, I don't know that whole. Well, I mean, it's that submissive wife thing is maybe this much appealing, but not really. I don't know.
Whatever.
Whatever. It's very interesting. I just, I guess, I don't know. I guess it's just it's a mindset that I had, not a.
If we could get maybe multiple husbands, I could sign back on.
Really?
Yeah, I think I'd be okay with that.
I see how you're thinking. Isn't that called there's an S word for that in today's times, right?
An S word? I don't know. What are you trying to say, Kevin?
SW. We're veering off the course. I'll message you that later.
Okay.
So I'm gonna just get some questions out here. Relationships. What's that been like for you? Because when was the divorce?
Well, my divorce was the whole thing. But I've been divorced for a couple of years, and then I was in another serious relationship after that, and that was also a yikes. So, what do you want to talk about?
I guess your yikes kind of put it in perspective. Giving my man Swandy there's no one remembers who finishes second, or except the person who holds the second place trophy, right? So you're very active on social media. Did you find your Halloween costume yet? I mean, it is getting close.
No, I know. I have some ideas. I don't know if I want it to be a surprise. Like, what if someone takes my idea? I guess it doesn't matter.
Wait a minute. You don't want it to be a surprise. You put out their ideas, or what should you be? What was the kind of feedback you were getting?
Well, I asked them to give me ideas, but vampire, I had a lot of those, like a sexy vampire.
Because that's the only way you'd go as a vampire, right?
Yeah.
Right. How would you go about being an unsexy vampire?
I don't know. I think vampires are inherently sexy, right?
I was gonna say that's if I in that whole folklore. It's funny. Where were you at? Today's 18. So on my paranormal podcast, which is like shooting from the lip, it gravitates to the local scene. I cater it to the Louisville people, have Louisville personalities, but like the paranormal thing, we talk to any and everybody, people on History Channel and travel, all these people, people from Ancient Aliens and all this stuff have been on. And one of the things we've got coming up next not this Tuesday. We do it every Tuesday night. So next Tuesday, the Halloween week, we've got a vampire expert, the whole folklore of vampirism, and how a lot of it still is being practiced, like in places. One of the big places is New Orleans, and so I kind of look forward. Yeah, I think I was asked if you could be, would you be a vampire? If you could be turned into a vampire. Now, keep in mind the whole lore. You stay like right now. If you were bit and turned into one, that's who you would right now be you from this point on. You good with that?
Yeah. I think this is a good place. This might be my prime. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Younger 30s? Well, I'm guessing 33, 34?
I'm 35. Yeah. Just
35. Okay. All right. Yeah, I would say. Now here's the trade-off.
Mm.
Everybody else around you ages. What do? Do you let them age? Do you turn them into vampires?
Right. Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, that free will, though, you definitely have to like let them choose it.
But some of that is being you have to. Well, no. It's a good call. It's very unselfish of you. You know, my thing is that, I mean, you still kind of, the whole vampire thing, you got to kind of keep it a secret. You can't, if you ask someone, I don't know, can your kids keep can your kids keep a secret?
My daughter, for sure. I don't know about my son. He's iffy.
Yeah.
But I feel like nowadays there's so much, facelifts and Botox and fillers. Like you could probably people just think you have a really good cosmetic surgeon, I could probably do it for longer. Yeah.
Would you consider cosmetic surgery? I'm glad you brought that up because I had a conversation with one of my kids the other day about that. Yeah. Let me hear my thoughts. And this is, the podcast is just, it's a shoot. It's shooting from lip. Just no. I typically maybe have a talking point or two, and then it's just free flowing. I'm a guy. I'm one of those guys that plastic surgery of all kinds is a turnoff.
Okay.
I find it not attractive.
Yeah.
Where especially if you're having a facial enhancement and you look totally different than you did before.
Right.
And then, or the rest of the enhancements where stuff is like up to here.
Right.
It's, what's your take on that?
I don't know. I don't want to be too judgy about it because maybe I'll change my mind.
Are you afraid someone out there is going to be offended by how you're judging?
I just feel like,
would you do
whatever
it?
Makes you happy.
All right. What would you do?
I think currently I say no. I don't do anything right now. I just try to stay as natural as possible.
Natural.
Like no Botox, no fillers, no, I don't know. My boobs are small and real, it's just what it is. But for me,
so the next podcast we do down the road, you're not going to be out to here, cleavage hanging out of your shirt.
Probably not. Sorry to disappoint.
Good to know. Not disappointing. They're not for me. I mean, maybe some of your, somebody like, be honest, on social media, you're very, go ahead. No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
Okay. So here's my decision and why I don't choose it for me, because I feel like every time you do something like that, it's kind of sending yourself a message, whether you're aware of that or not, that what you look like right now isn't good enough.
You're less than. Got to keep up with the Clarissa Joneses, right?
Right. So I just think that the more you can learn to love yourself the way you are in all stages of life, probably the happier you're going to be. Like,
So that sounds like an Oprah tag.
no,
No?
but it's really how I feel. That's
Oh,
really why I don't.
of course. I mean, it's all about, you got to start with you first. If you're not good with you,
Right.
then, I mean, geez. But I guess that actually we're just answering the question. If people are going out and, getting all this enhancement, to me, clearly they're not happy with the as is version.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't want to say that, I guess that's where I don't want to like put judgment. I don't want to seem like I think that people who choose that have low self-esteem, or I don't know these people. I don't know their
Are you
intention.
afraid you're going to lose followers on social media because of what you're saying?
No,
Because you are a social media presence. You have a very social media personality, by the way.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. I don't even know. People probably unfollow me all the time. I say I say whatever I want.
But you don't. You guys gonna say you don't lose sleep over it though.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah. During this, I'm getting back to with host social media, because you're very active and you do some things on Instagram. You're very out there. You put yourself out there, which I appreciate. And but one thing with social media too. We touched on this maybe at the beginning of the show, or maybe we talked about it before we went live, is how we see, especially the last few years, we've seen the real people, the real mindset of people. Yeah. And it's somewhat depressing to think that people that I considered, friends, their take on certain things with society. And, I go on it's hard not to per se get political, but this, in my mindset now when it comes to our country, is that it's pretty racist. It's a pretty racist country. And this administration has enabled a lot of those people to stop talking under their breaths. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, my God, these people who are now beating their chest, Trump, MAGA, all this stuff, I kind of felt bad for them for 8 years, because they had to, talk under their breaths about the black man in office. But I had this conversation with someone the other day who's a friend of mine who's a Trump guy, but he's a friend, and he's not somebody, he's not racist. He's someone I would trust with anything in life. But I just mentioned, that this came from that debate where I can't remember exactly the comment, or the how. I think it was Chris Wallace who threw at him about Proud Boys, and Trump said he didn't know who they were, and he stand back or stand by or something to that, whatever those words were. Yeah. And I'm having a conversation with a friend of mine, and I'm like, you do realize that 99.9% of all the races out there support this guy. And his first reaction was, I'm not a racist. I'm like, that's not what I said. I said almost all races out there support this guy. Not all of his supporters are racist, but that's where, it's just being enlightened. And you see this on social media. You're seeing people who clearly, man, and without offending, man, I think their hashtag white is right is they're beating their chest. And I think there's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna lose their goddamn mind on November 3rd if Biden wins. First of all, you already got the president who has already put it out there that it's a rigged election. You had a group of people tried to kidnap the Michigan governor.
So crazy.
Because their guy said, liberate Michigan, liberate all these other states. that's scary times. I think
Mm-hmm.
I think if there is a new president elected November 3rd, there's going to be some bad discord. There's going to be some people who are just going to lose their minds and take it to an extreme.
Yeah.
I'm fearful for what could come ahead for all of us.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely am. How the same people who condemn people for rioting about Black Lives Matter are going to be the same ones that are actually rioting and like, you know, if Trump doesn't get elected.
Yeah.
There's so much hypocrisy, and I don't know. For me, it's like I just have a hard time with anyone who would vote for Trump ever, like, because
the timing, unfortunately, the reality was the timing was perfect for him. Absolutely perfect for him. I think it's safe to say I wasn't a Hillary person just because I'm not knocking Trump. That's the reaction everybody does. What about Hillary? I'm like, no, I didn't want Hillary. We're in a situation where I didn't. It was a none of the above.
Right.
But a reality TV guy this has been the ultimate scripted reality TV show ever, and it's still going. And how it's going to get ready to play out is, my God,
it's wild. It's wild. It really is. It's like I just feel like you got to always choose the party that isn't going to take rights away from people. I don't know.
I wonder where common sense prevailed. Don't look at. I mean, keep in mind, this is a lot of the, the whole Democratic Republican thing. Think about it, Clarissa. It's a learned behavior. It's a lot of people who are in either party. It's because their parents were in that party, and it just trickles down.
Mm-hmm.
And
oh yeah, my mom is a Trump supporter. Like,
is that called? How does Thanksgiving dinner go?
We've had many conversations in like a polite hang up for sure. Even my stepdad, I mean, we've had to call him out on Facebook for some just ignorant stuff that he'll say, but you're right. It's learned, and it's part of why I am so vocal about things, political matters on social media, is because it does help at least open the door to conversation. People that knew me growing up in such a conservative, that time in my life, and to see how far I've come. It's probably concerning to some, but other people.
Concerning.
Well, my salvation is at stake, I'm sure.
Our Clarissa's going to hell now. I gotta say, check this out. This is real man love. Thank you, Michael. I can always count on Michael. Michael, if you literally have a question for your former neighbor, if I understood that right, bring it. She ain't scared. Yeah. So 2 weeks from now, shit's gonna get real. It's gonna actually get real no matter what. If Trump stays in office, I think the extreme left, and there are some crazy people on that far left too. I lean left, but I'm more of a middle. There's a lot of things that just, again, it's common sense. I mean, the first thing, just be nice.
Yeah.
Compassion. Mm-hmm. If you can pay it forward, do it. Guys like Michael and I were shooting the shit here and having fun, but guys like him are pretty important right now. With his thing, everything he's doing in social media, it's a breath of fresh air. There's an agenda. It's just a matter of, but still love. You're right, Michael. It's I strive to find a middle ground, but it's very hard with some people because, they're just so far.
Well, sometimes on some issues there isn't a middle ground. Sometimes something.
You're right. It's black and white. It's either yes, no, correct, wrong, right. Absolutely right. No, I'm totally with you. Totally with you. And yeah. So, wow. Social media. When you said you do this video thing, can you share that in the Instagram? What do you do? Besides making all your fanboys happy.
Oh my goodness. Oh Lord. No, I just I don't know. I like to do these never have I ever questions. They're kind of silly, but they're funny to me. I don't know.
It's all about you. That's why you're here. It's
all about you. Okay. Well, one that was interesting because I was having a conversation with a friend about it because it was a little bit controversial. Several people hit my inbox. So the question.
Be honest. Be real quick. Be honest. How your DMs get flooded with crazy shit all the time, though. It sucks to not be unpretty, doesn't it?
Sometimes it's so entertaining, though. I've had some wild stuff. Like, you wouldn't believe. Like, one time, I swear on everything, this is real. Somebody, if I would dress up in Daisy Duke shorts and stomp on a foam city, like, he would pay me like $200.
Stomp on what?
Made of foam, and I would stomp on it in Daisy Duke shorts, like Godzilla style, and just wreck the city. And I would get paid $200 plus breakfast. So.
Not to veer off course too much, but if I was a betting man, I would think your OnlyFans site would probably do well.
Well, thank you. I mean, it's always nice to have that in my back pocket. COVID times are uncertain.
I'm telling you, it's. At first, I was like, "My God, is that where we're at right now?" And then I really started thinking about how, COVID, right? People who I don't know people's situations. So my first reaction, obviously, when I see something like that, was like, man, people are starving for attention, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then I thought, well, no, it's Kevin, you're being selfish because you don't know. I mean, maybe they, COVID or everything about today is turned their world upside down and, financially things are not good for them. Wow. But then you got this freaking site, onlyfans.com.
You can
hashtag. Would it be Clarissa Jones or what would it be?
No.
The real.
Wait, what was my hashtag? Life is more fun.
Oh yeah, we got who's my man? So I remind her what the hashtag. I can't. Life life is more fun. That would. Oh, there you go. There you go. / life is more fun. All right, I think we're on to something. Yeah. Stay tuned, people. If you put in promo code Shooting from the Lip, you get a discount on her first month. You get her first month free. I was watching. I'm looking on social media too, and you see people who are going that route that are millionaires. In this year alone, I mean, it's crazy. But what's crazy? What's crazier? The fact that they can make all that money, or two, that you've got. Well, I'll just me being brutally honest. I would never, no disrespect to you or any of my friends who are just females who are just stunning and gorgeous. I'm not going to pay to see your images. I'm not going to do it. But there are literally hundreds, thousands of people who would.
Yeah.
Probably at your $200, an hour rate to stomp on stuff. That's your going rate, right? $200.
He set the bar. I mean,
You set the bar. Here he is. Check it out. Turn over, play out, attack the. Ooh, yeah. Cut the check. What's your Venmo? Go on and put it Venmo out there.
Right. Yeah, it's at Clarissa Jones.
I just want to know if when you do that, you got to let me know that it happens. We'll keep it on the download. But
my brother told me that it's a real thing, that it's called giantess porn. And I don't know.
Wait a minute. Whoa. What? It's called
like
what?
A whole thing. Like, people are into this. This is the real.
It's called what?
What
is it called?
And my brother knew what it was.
What's
giantess.
Porn?
Giantess. Like,
giant.
It's like essentially, right? Like a fetish. I don't know.
Michael, you'll appreciate this. I was on Pornhub the other night, and I didn't see that. I did not see that. Now I'm going to probably have to go on there just to see it. Oh, my God.
It's probably one of those darker searches. Be careful.
Yeah. I don't want to red flag Big Brother. They're like, this guy's clearly, So, man, we are covering all the bases tonight, man. This is what a podcast is all about. I knew if I had you come on, all we had to do is bring up one topic, and then the flow would go. Scott, I love ugly people too. I do too. I love ugly people. I mean, there's no. The only ugly to me, Scott. Okay, yeah. Let's be realistic. All right, I'm glad you brought that up because I'm gonna ask you. I'm a single guy. I not frequent. I do engage in the whole Tinder, Bumble thing. Do you do those?
God, no.
Well, I do it for more entertainment. I get on for a few weeks, and then I I delete it, and then I get back on. I'm more kind of, I guess, window shopping, browsing, that kind of thing. And from what I see, I can only imagine the choices you ladies have.
Listen, I swiped through every ages of like 35 and 60 in about
60?
I don't know, 20 minutes.
Wait, but you go up to 60?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
No. We're going somewhere. 60. You want a sugar daddy. That's what you're doing. Clarissa,
I didn't know what I wanted. Okay, I was just fresh out of a breakup. Like, maybe I want to hate the world and just.
All right. Your breakup. Can I ask? Is your ex-husband about your age?
My ex-husband was like 7 years.
Still is.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
What'd you do to him? Is this something that's going to be on 48 hours? On TLC, whatever the.
It wasn't me. I don't know. But
he's still alive, right?
Yeah, he's still alive.
Just checking. All right.
But my boyfriend, he is 10
years young or older or young? Wait a minute. Say that you kind of cut out. Your ex-boyfriend is what?
10 years older than me.
Older. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So 10 years younger, is that off the table?
25. It wouldn't be a relationship.
Touche. It wouldn't be a relationship.
I don't want to have to do things.
Mad respect. You called it the way I was thinking it. So you're right. It wouldn't be a relationship. All right. So again, I told you on your social media, pretty like-minded on a lot of things. Right. Here going back to when I'm on Tinder or Bumble.
Mm-hmm.
This is honestly, the truth is, I don't know. I'll speak for me. I don't read the bios, the description. I don't.
You don't?
No, I don't.
Oh.
I don't. I mean, it's the ultimate. It's a shallow. These are shallow dating apps. It's appearance. It's what's who
Yeah.
you're attracted to. But I do it different. This is literally what I do every time I get back on after I've deleted. The first person I see, if that person is a yes, a swipe right.
Yeah.
Then from there, because to me, it's. I think a lot of life is by chance.
Sure.
Or not a lot. There's certain things in life is by chance. So it's right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. I don't even look. I don't look. And then it's been somewhat very entertaining what happens in the next few hours, a few days, where all of a sudden I connect with some people that I'm thinking. But here's, be honest, I'm one, podcast. I'm all about a conversation. So I've actually had some really good conversations with people that I clearly wasn't attracted to, but they were good people. We're just shooting the shit. And I'm at my age right now. I'm brutally honest. I'm not forcing anything. Just because I'm on those apps. If the next best thing is out there, it'll find me.
Right.
It'll fall in my lap, and I'll go with it. I'm open to it, but I'm not going to force it.
Yeah, that's another one of my quarantine activities. I've been like trying to manifest a good man.
What is all right? Real quick, you're all these boy toys, these fanboys listening. Boy toys. I didn't mean to say. What is the right now? What is the Clarissa blueprint for a male? For the next guy?
I don't know yet. I'm trying
How
to
tall are you, real quick? How tall?
I'm 5'8".
Okay, that's pretty
tall. So, my ex-husband was also 5'8". That was all right, but I just feel like men generally feel better about themselves if they're taller than me. That's been my experience. I don't personally care.
Well, I know, because once you put on your heels, and I've seen some pictures of you in your heels, you're what, over 6 foot or about 6 feet?
For sure,
right?
over, and I love it. And I'm gonna wear
especially when you put on the hooker heels, all the 6-inch stilettos, and then you're over 6 feet. Just saying.
And I'm not gonna stop. Yeah.
And you own that shit, don't you?
Yeah.
My girl.
Yeah. We don't have anything to talk about. But let's see. Definitely, I mean, into fitness, he doesn't have to be super fit. Honestly, sometimes I feel like there's only one of us could be that into fitness. Maybe. I don't know.
Would that be? That's a great point. Is it? No, I respect that. And I'll be honest, I don't work out every day, every hour of the day. And I don't know. I guess it's probably safe to say I don't know, my age, I got the dad bod going. So if I don't know, is that appealing to have a guy that's just 2 ounce, what is it, 2% body fat? And
I mean,
yeah,
I'm not gonna say no. Of course, everyone appreciates a nice physique. I don't know, but and this goes both ways, the women and the men in bodybuilding. You get a lot of really shallow people and a lot of like really deeply insecure people, I think. So I don't know. But definitely I like someone who is at least active and fit and likes to do things. I like to go do things. I like to go on adventures and I love surprises and I don't like being home super a lot. I don't know. What else?
What blueprint? What other blueprint? Tall? Do you need a taller guy this time around? Do you need?
I think I would prefer. I mean, if I was just making my dream man, yeah, he'd be taller than me for sure. Yeah.
Brad Pitt kind of thing?
Sticks are we just doing? Huh?
Brad Pitt kind of thing? Give me an idea. Who in Hollywood do you gravitate to?
Jason Momoa.
Yeah, I'm 100% heterosexual, and yeah, he's pretty good looking guy. So
yeah, he's got that like rugged, just.
And his wife, you know who his wife?
She Kravitz, right?
She's Lenny's ex-wife, which is ex-wife, yeah.
Oh.
Lenny Kravitz, yeah, and Lenny is actually he's a little older than me, and he looks fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, he does.
Let's see. All right, check us out, Scott. Thanks for hanging with us, Scott. Let's be honest, date sites are good sex markets. Not many women who wouldn't put out on the first date. Really, you've not met anyone, and I've never let on that I have had money. Ever so can be honest here, Clarissa want a date. Just kidding, but am I? Do you know Scott? Just say it.
I don't know Scott. I don't think.
Okay. All right.
No.
Lenny is a bad. Yeah, he is. Yeah, here's my thing. Thanks for hanging, Scott. Keep them coming in. Good stuff. What's the mindset of a female? I want to hear from you. For you to go on one of these apps, what is your mindset? Is it relationship? Do you really think you're going to go on Tinder or Bumble or Hinge, wherever these with plenty of fish, and find your go-to guy, the one and only, your soulmate? Or is it Mr. Right or Mr. Right now? Drum roll.
See, I think that's why I deleted all of them, because I was definitely, I don't know, I'm just kind of a relationship person. I like being in a relationship. And so I guess I was thinking like at least something that might lead to something, but that's clearly not what anyone else was thinking. And
who said that? Did I say that or did you say that? I don't date. I just have sex. Did you really just? I think you meant to say that. Oh, did I say it? I don't know if I said it either. If it was me, Scott. Yeah. So.
No, I didn't say that. But
who's this?
Oh, Veronica, I love you. You're so sweet. But no, that's why I deleted them, because it's like if I really just want to have sex with somebody, I can find that.
That was a go-to. I mean, when couldn't you? That's not a rhetorical question. That's an honest one. When could you not? Right now,
find somebody have sex?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
you could. I mean, it's available. Where's your phone? Who's your first one?
Who's my first contact?
You're gonna do it. Put him on. Get him on the phone. I want to. Let's get him on speaker.
You're gonna really.
I don't know. It's my podcast. I don't care. Clarissa is all class. Who is this? Alex.
The first person who is in my contacts right now, like top of my messages.
No, not your top. Your go-to. No, you're like right now. Who would your?
Listen, I swear to God, I swear on everything. I have been celibate for a really long time.
Really? Your nose is growing.
I swear on everything. I wouldn't say that if it wasn't true, because trust me, it's been.
Because you don't lie.
I don't lie. I'm super honest, actually. I'm like you, I'll tell people straight up, like, I'm sorry, I'm just not interested, or I don't know.
Well, I mean, again, if you don't lie, you don't have to remember anything. So that's the way I look at life these days.
Exactly. So. No, I don't have to go to. I am just Louisville's too small, man. The more I got out in the dating market, the more I saw like how incestuous it is.
Whoa! What?
Yes. Everybody slept with everybody. I swear.
All right, we're on to something here, Scott. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad thing. So, Scott, thanks for you're giving some entertainment tonight. Whoa. Incestuous. You know what you're saying there.
I mean, I don't know the right term, but like really everyone, so many people just sleep with everybody in this like same pool of people. And
Get out, go to a different pool. What are you doing? I mean, it's not that small of a city.
I don't know where the other pools are, I guess, because
there's some pools out there it'd be like swimming in. Yeah, there is some pools out there that's clearly like swimming in dirty water.
Yeah.
And I didn't think you were going to be this kind of free speaking. I kind of like it. So I'm glad you did it. You're doing it. Yes, Scott, sister, brother. Oh yeah, I don't know what Clarissa's thinking here, man.
Whatever you know what.
No, I know what you're thinking. I just don't know why you're thinking it. Sister, brother. That's not. Look. Yeah. I was having a conversation with someone on Bumble. What's your argument when you do this? Here's the other thing I noticed. I was on Tinder, and there's this feature now that you can once I literally do it left, right, and then you exhaust your likes or after a certain point. And then when you're able to, there's this feature now you can click to go global. Why in the fuck would I want to go global? Because I'm feeling it at this moment, and I'm wanting to message someone in Australia tonight. What?
My sugar daddy might be in the Middle East. I don't know.
Yeah, bring some of that oil money over here and.
Probably never see me again. I just get snapped into sex slavery.
I'm going to. I don't know if you're going to do it, but if you do it, I want in on it because I think you would be a great client. I want to manage your OnlyFans site.
Oh my God!
Just so I get 10% of the cut. So.
All right.
Be honest, Scott. She does the OnlyFans or OnlyFans thing. You're one of the first person in line. Mention Shoe from the Lip. You get that whole discount for the first month. Do you already have your outfit picked out for the first?
For the first
OnlyFans. Oh.
Yeah, I got it.
Well, let's go back. Let's go because I'm gonna say this with all due respect. I'm on your Facebook, and people go out. You can go out to her Facebook. Clarissa's cool as shit. You take really some amazing pictures. And it's just so tasteful. I mean, actually, I'll look at something. I'm thinking, stop thinking that because she's just it's so classy. I mean, it's by design. Is it?
Thank you. I think I just try to be authentic. Otherwise, I can't. I don't know. And that's just kind of who I am, I guess. I don't know. I like the classy, sexy. I don't know. I think it's like adds a little mystery to my vibe. I don't know. But
I guess all right, humor me. Bucket list. What's left on your actually, that's probably not even a fair question because you're only 35. What do you give me some things short term that you're trying to achieve? It could be anything, whether it's fitness, relationships, whatever.
Okay. Well, okay. I want to buy a house. Right now, I'm renting a townhome until I figure out where I want to go. So put down some.
You want to buy a house because why? For the kids or for yourself or both? Or
kind of both. Yeah.
Because I have a take on that. I've after my divorce, I divorced in 2007, and I went the apartment route from that point on. No maintenance,
right?
Peace of mind, appliances. Now, granted, you get what you pay for. You go to some place that's relatively nice. Things kind of work out. So yeah, I mean, I've heard this. rent versus own. There's a anyways. I don't think renting is a bad thing. So people think just because you live in an apartment that you're either poor or you're, or you have issues. No, I know a lot of people just prefer that. I don't want to go mow the. Well, first of all, if someone starts a lawnmower outside of my complex, I start to sneeze just as soon as they start the lawnmower. That's my allergies. I can't do that kind of shit. And so, all right, enlighten me. You want to get a house?
Maybe, yeah. I don't know, but I'm with you. I think I definitely want something that's maintainable at this point. I don't know.
Let me guess. Do you live in what? Do you live in the Highlands? You look like some Highlands Nulu person.
I do. No,
do you? I think so. No.
I live in Norton Commons.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's the Louisville border. Yeah.
I know where.
But I love it here. It's awesome. Well, I don't know. Not everybody does. I'm trying to help your listeners out, Kevin.
Trying to help. So basically, what you're doing, you're trying to help my listeners narrow down your location. So when they look through the blinds, they're going to look through the right blinds. Speaking of your preferred men, I'm going to read some lyrics, and you tell me what song this is.
Okay.
She take my money when I'm in need. Yeah, she's a trifling friend indeed. Oh, she's a
gold digger way over town that digs on me.
It's a great song. I'm not a Kanye guy, but that was a great song.
Hey, Kanye might win. Isn't he ahead in the poll?
No, he's not. Stop. The fact that is he on our ballot? He's on our ballot, right? In Kentucky.
Yes.
My God.
I believe so.
Yeah, no, he is.
I know.
You're right. He is. You know what? You know who I wanted to run? Wayne Johnson.
He might actually be a decent celebrity president.
I really think he's put it out there on his social media that that he would consider it. He's what I want to say. What is he's mid 40s right now? I think if once he's in his 50s and things kind of start slowing down a little bit, I think he'd entertain it. Yeah. I think he'd be. I'd vote for him. The other thing too, I'm having conversations with people on social media and stuff is that, you're not pro-Trump, you're not right or left. Vote for an independent. Get somebody from the third party in there. That's not going to work right now. That system doesn't work until now. If you got someone third party, well, do you remember Jesse Ventura? Do you know who that is? Jesse the Body. He was mayor in Minnesota who became governor. Third party. That is the blueprint on how you could become president, because once you've established that you can succeed as a third party from, that lower level, councilman, mayor, and you move up, that's where somebody like him could have made a serious run. Make a serious run. But no third party is going to just put themselves out there, and all that will do is no, it's not gonna work. So go to
I just thought though.
It is. Hold on.
It's really.
Scott, you're playing along. We're playing along with this. Scott, ever need more than men, which goes back to the gold digger. Tennessee. Hey, I want to see. I don't want to get married. The Rock does have COVID. I did see that.
Oh, nice.
How in the hell did you buy into the fact that did Trump really have COVID?
No, there's no way. He is such a joke.
His core base really believes that he fought COVID and won.
I know. He's the next Chuck Norris, right?
Yeah, he is.
That's like what they think of him as. It's insane.
Be honest, even though you're not a Trump fan, you dig his hair a little bit. Come on.
I mean,
What you help me understand this. Going back to, does the like the Mormon religion, do they support, is the majority of that religion, do they support Trump? And it blows me. This is where what really blows my mind about. I'm a science guy, not a religious guy. All the stuff that evangelicals and church people, worship and live by, this guy, moral wise, ethics wise, is he is, but how in the hell are they so? Literally, this is God's chosen one.
Right. Yeah, that's where I have a real issue with it, because it just seems so hypocritical to support somebody that is so obviously everything a Christian should be, or they say, I don't know. I don't get it. But I guess they just
a lot of those people do believe Jesus was white. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. You have to. I bet I guess it's the abortion issue, right? I feel like that's really what it is. They feel like that.
Can I ask you? I'm glad you brought that. Do you mind? What's your stance on that?
I don't think the government should tell me or anyone else what to do with their body. Absolutely.
Especially a bunch of old men in suits, old white men in suits, want to dictate to a female what they should and shouldn't do. Now, with that said, yeah, Jesus is a Jew, Scott. With that said, yeah, I'm pro-choice, but I do draw the line on recklessness, carelessness. If you're out there doing stupid shit all the time and getting knocked up routinely because you're not, you know how shit works and you're just letting shit happen, I do have a problem with that. Totally. But it's not so much, it's just more ignorance than,
Yeah, which, I guess my whole thing is, like, I can have all the problems with all the things that I want to, but at the end of the day, it isn't my body and it isn't my life. And who am I to judge? You know what I mean? Like, a person who's out there being reckless, like you said, probably isn't going to be the best parent.
Right.
Like,
that's a great point. That's a very good point. I didn't think of it that way. You're right. Is that the Mormon religion where was it 19 and what was that kid, like all that family with 19 kids, the Duggars?
Duggars? I don't know. It seems like
you people?
I think they were.
You people.
I don't think they were, but
19. And that's mainly because their faith or religion doesn't believe in contraceptives and
yeah.
My God.
Right. Yeah. My whole thing is like, you might have infinite love, but time is finite. And I just feel like kids deserve all that you can give them.
I'm totally with you. I find it, I struggle with, people, lawmakers, people on the conservatives who really are pro-life, that can look you in the eye and say, I don't care if she was raped or assaulted, but God wanted this. I don't know what your take on, and this is, I mentioned earlier, religion is another one of the great conversations and this is I struggle with. I'm actually in the process of putting a live stream, kind of a debate town hall together. Did God make man or man make God? There's so much. I struggle with people who are so on board, with religion and God is good. When things happen, when things good happens, they toot God. God is good. Go on social media.
Right.
Something great happened. God is good. And I've asked these same people, some of these people, and the people I know, what happens when your day gets fucked and you lose somebody all of a sudden? Do you go on social media and say, God is bad? Well, of course not. Well, why not? Isn't that the same kind of principle? You're giving him credit for something that, that you got a job, but then something bad happens. So no, God works in mysterious ways. No, that's such a cop out. So where do you stand with the whole religion thing? I know where you stood, but where are you now?
Okay. Well, I went through a process after I left the church. I left the church when I was like 21. And I I went, well, maybe I'm just Christian. I wasn't ready to completely divorce the idea of God. And then I don't know what point or what made me change my mind, but I decided to be atheist for a little while. And now I've kind of come back around.
Well, but you know what atheism is? It's admitting that you, in a sense, you don't know. You
I was agnostic.
Yeah. Well, okay. Oh, okay. You're right. Agnostic. So you went full board. You were like, there is no God.
Mm-hmm.
You said, okay, no, it's fair. You're right.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go.
And then now I've come back around. I'm definitely not a Christian, but I do believe in God.
You believe in God or
an
old man in the sky or a higher power? Let's clarify.
I don't know that it's a man, but
okay.
I do think, definitely higher power. I don't know that it would be, it wouldn't have to be human form. I don't know. I'm open to ideas, but I don't think it's super important either. I just think that the more important thing is that he, she, it exists, and as far as your point of the bad things happening and it not being God or whatever, that's where free will comes into play, right?
Exactly.
So
that's the argument I get back to, that it's free will. Well, no, you can't. It's free. Okay, it's free will. So it was free will for the good. So instead of giving God, saying God is good, why don't you pat yourself on the back? It was you, not God. If it's free will, right?
Sure. Yeah. And I think, I guess my whole thing is, I feel like God is kind of in you, if that makes sense. Like you are kind of God, I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but so I see what you're saying, and that's, yes, kind of how I agree. I do feel like, though, yeah, the more in line and in tune you are to your purpose, then the better you'll be directed.
I saw something the other day, and this was either I'm looking at because I had actually sent this as a talking point on my paranormal show because I thought it was a fucking great conversation. The notion that our lives, the life we're living right now, is a simulation. And you got guys like Neil deGrasse Tyson, Elon Musk, who buy into the notion, and actually I kind of do too, that there's the gatekeepers, the watchers out there, angels for whatever, for our purposes, and it's all part. We're going through just a process. Everything's kind of laid out. This is the path. You and I cross paths tonight. It's because it was meant to be tonight, not the last year, because you dodged me for the whatever. But No,
I'm allowed
yeah.
to do a lot of things, so I apologize.
No, we're all good. So yeah, and they got deeper into it where, you know, are they can only identify like I don't know, what is it, 10% of our DNA, 90% of it they can't identify. They call it either junk DNA or inactive DNA. And then people threw out the notion that eventually they're going to be able to. We all have a born on date. We agree to that. You know, April 23rd, my date. Your date is whatever. But they believe that our genetic blueprint, our DNA will actually show that end date too.
Oh.
Because of the simulation we're going through, we're designed. We are, and if you think of that too, is it free will? Are you really doing what you think you want to do, or is it just how the cards have been played? No, I wasn't born as LeBron James. I wasn't born as a Lenny Kravitz. I'm a dad here in Louisville with my kids, a couple of grandkids, and podcasting, having fun, conversing with people, and just doing my own thing. But it's by design.
Yeah.
You and I were meant to be tonight, Clarissa. Just saying.
I believe that.
And Scott was meant to just hang out with us all night. Scott, he is blasting. Can you not see the comments?
I can't see the comments.
I got to give him some love because he has played along. I mean, I showed that. You saw that. Wait a minute. Oh, you saw that. All right. Yeah, cool. Wait. Good. Oh, hold on. That right there, Scott, is a needle like scratching the record. Trump is your boy. I want to. Trump is your boy. You know what? I'm not going to hold that against you because I already like you, Scott. I already like you. You're playing along. We already like each other, so I'm not going to hold it against you. How political are gods? Chosen one, even Hitler. That's Scott. That's assuming there is a God. And if there's a God, then God has an agenda. Is that what you're saying? So the people that got baked in the ovens in Germany was God's call.
Looks like a fun thing to do.
Holy hell. Jesus, Jew. Yeah, that's true. It's about a mother, humanity. We are all swim altar. That's a ghost.
I was, for sure.
Were you? Well, I tease. This is my, here's a great story. Great. It's great to me. It's funny. My mother's from Thailand, and my dad met my mom during the Vietnam War. So the ongoing joke, and I still do it in front of people because I think it's funny, but she plays along with it. Mm-hmm. I'm like, Mom, be honest. During the Vietnam War, did you offer to Dad $10 no holler? Love you long time. And it's the joke. Come on. Mom, did you tell me, did you or did you not say me so horny? So it's a joke. That's how my mind works. So, and we still laugh about it. But yeah, I think she did. But I think I was the fruits of their passion back in the day. So, all right. So Wandy's still hanging there pro birth. They want the baby to be born, but they could care less once the child is here. To see, they probably went political here, pro life. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty dead on. Yeah, I need to connect with him. He's
great. Honestly,
I like the way he thinks.
He would be awesome on the show for real.
All right, good. Would you co-host that with me?
Yeah, I would love to.
There you go. That's another thing too. I'm trying to kind of branch out with people because of the other podcasts. I have access to people outside of Louisville. And I think some of those people would just be great to come. Like, I don't know. Do you know who the singer Richard Marx is?
I feel like I do.
Anyways,
Familiar.
you are young. Oh my God, I forgot how young you are. Anyways, I have access to people. So, all right, no one is saying this. If you say you are, I don't believe you. Okay, Scott. This is again God. Scott. God is both male and female according to the Bible. The Bible, Scott. That's another story. That 2,000-year-old book is full of some good stories. Scott, be honest. Tell me you really do not believe a 900-year-old man and his kids built a wooden Titanic and gathered all those animals. Come on. I can't. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Where to go? Not from our time. God is creation. But that is making God from our own image. God is not what you wanted him to be. He's a him, according to Scott.
Well,
You buying that? Of course.
It doesn't even make any kind of sense. Why would a man be able to create? Like, they don't do it now.
Yeah.
Women were
But you women and that talking snake, you just had to run your mouth, hook up with the snake. Life is sacred, humans are sacred. We are you're like, that's true. Life is sacred. We all get one shot here on this spinning globe, this spinning simulation that we have.
Do we? You don't know that.
Well, okay. Way to call out the host of a podcast, Clarissa. You're right. I stay right. We don't know that. But what do we come back as? Are you saying we come back as ourselves, or our soul transgress or whatever progresses?
I like the idea of that, of like progression and reincarnation. I think it makes sense.
You need to check out some of my paranormal stuff.
Okay, I'm going to.
Okay. That sounds like okay. Move on.
No, I'm going to. I'm gonna check it out. I'm interested, especially vampires and everything else. It sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, that one would be pretty cool. Let's see, $10 no holiday. Yeah, you're right. $10. I still do that. Even on holidays. People have heard the story. My mom tell the story. Us sharing that story all the time, but for her to say it, they still laugh at it.
I bet.
God is both male. It should be male and female. Both.
Or maybe the Mormons are right, and there's a husband-wife duo that created us. I don't know.
Until I had this. I'll throw this out, and Scott, listen to this and tell me what you think. Same for you, Clarissa. One of my religious friends, I threw this idea, or not this question out to him. Just ask, do you believe in God? Obviously, yes. Mm-hmm. If you could be a part of 100% proving if God existed or not, would you be a part of that? He said no.
Really?
And I'm like, whoa, why not? Why would you not want to know? He's like, my faith is good enough. I'm like, no, that's a fucking cop out. That's a cop out. You don't want to know if God is real or not. My take is that the universe is, and this has been shared with Tyson and all those people, that it's one big consciousness. It's one mind out there. Okay. But it's also, I could buy the theory. Who built the pyramids, Clarissa?
I think aliens did, right?
I love you. Yes, aliens fucking, but yeah, no. Let me read. Not necessarily built them. And here's the thing: the pyramids. How does this work back in the day? Back in the day when the pyramids were getting built, that throughout the world, pyramids were being built. Right. How does those people? What was their chain email to say? Okay, we're building pyramids today, everybody. Right. No, it took something from not here. Um, are we alone in the universe?
No, I don't think so. Mm-mm.
So you do buy in the fact that there is alien life out there or another life, which could be human. It could be similar to us. I mean, we could be somewhere else, or it could be
It could be us.
lizards or whatever.
It could be whatever.
So,
Yeah.
did you? Part of the whole point. I'm the paranormal thing, which encompasses aliens, UFOs, Bigfoots, ghosts, and stuff. But I'm kind of a UFO guy. Do you remember 2017 when the New York Times put out the video of these unidentified flying objects? Tell me you saw that, Clarissa.
I don't remember. That was a long time ago.
That was 3 years ago. Wait, long time ago.
I was going
Well,
through.
here's what I'm getting at: is
Okay.
that it since then, in 2017, it was Tom DeLonge, who was the founder, lead singer of Blink-182, who helped put those videos out there. The New York Times put them out there, and these are military people who know the difference between a man-made object and something potentially not of this world.
Yeah.
So, bringing us back to now, the Pentagon acknowledged in 2020, right around April, that those videos that were out there in 2017 were truly videos of unidentified objects. And now you got the government, you got the Pentagon, they're creating these UFO protocols.
Mm.
Don't you think to me, this is where, Scott, I'll skip Pornhub for the night and start thinking about aliens are getting ready to be acknowledged, because that's, to me, a big deal in our lifetime, Clarissa, that we could get. There's three questions, the three greatest questions in our lifetime. Is there a God?
Mm-hmm.
Are we alone in the universe? And what
Mm-hmm.
happens when we die?
Oh.
To me, those are the three greatest questions. One of those questions, I think, in our lifetime will be answered, and it's the "Are we alone?" question.
Yeah, I think so.
What happens? Go ahead.
I think they've already know, though.
Of course they do. I mean, you look at this. Now, I'm one. This is an iPhone 11, and I do the leasing thing. So I pay every month for my phone. And once the 12 comes out, I've already put the pre-order in because that's just how it works. So once the 12 comes out, do I need a 12? No, but do I want it? Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. But since you think about, Clarissa, say pre 1900,
Mm-hmm.
where technology was. There was no technology. Bucking the horse and buggy, and then early 1900s, the Wright brothers did the plane thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the 1940s, 50s, technology just boom. It was crazy. It went, fiber optic, all this shit started to develop after the 40s. And a lot of people in the paranormal community think it's because we had access to alien technology, Roswell, and things that, in working with, whether they're here, if they are here and there is an agenda that has been agreed upon, that they gave us this technology. Can I say no to that? No, because for 1900 years, where the fuck were we with technology? We were nowhere. And then all of a sudden, this is where we are today. When we are with our phones, Clarissa, our phones are the closest thing to artificial intelligence. I can ask my phone, basically anything, and I'll get an answer. I'll get a real-time answer. I can video you, I can send you shit, and you'll get it just like that. The next step with our phones is when it connects with our brains, and we don't have to say, Siri, can you? It hears our thoughts.
It already does, I swear. It already does. I can't tell you the number of times those Facebook ads.
Oh, yeah. That's because, right. Because right now we probably have said something that on our social media afterwards, an ad will pop up because of something we talked about.
Yeah, they're listening to all of it.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
clearly.
I don't know about you, but I have an agent.
Do you, like on my computer, my laptop, do you cover your webcam? Do you cover the camera?
No, I just say, you're welcome.
They're like, please walk by one more time, because they are looking. They not only can they see what they hear us, not only they see what we're typing, but they actually can see us too. It's actually, I've got the device, and I learned this back in the day, that on your webcams, get the thing to cover it, because they can see. So there's someone out there that has access to looking at you, and when you walk by, they're doing this. 10. She's a 10.
Oh, I wish they would send me some of that someday. Just
where we at? Oh, Scott, I think I triggered Scott with the whole God thing. All right, let's see.
Ireland.
Faith is what God uses. Here's the thing, Scott. I'm not going to argue with you. I respect where you're coming from, but
is what God used to create.
What you're saying, I'll buy. Where I struggle with is the whole God is good and God is that part I struggle with. I saw this documentary, Clarissa. It's been a couple years, and you tell me what you think of this. This is where, when people play the God is good card. There was a documentary on one of those cable channels where an 8-year-old, the topic was faith and stuff, God, and this girl, she was older. She was recollecting or sharing her thoughts when she was like 8 or 9, that every night, her family was part of the church. Her mom divorced, which was kind of frowned upon the church, but they kept in good standing with the church. She remarried, so the child had a stepdad. Well, she prayed, and this is her story. She prayed every night to God. This is an 8 or 9-year-old child who is, what has she done? She's defenseless. She can't fight, she is praying to God that her stepdad would stop coming into her room at night. And she's sharing the story as an adult that the mom knew, which is fucking sick as, it's very. And people in the church knew because the stepdad was like a deacon or something. And they dismissed it. And I'm curious, how does God play into that? To me, if there is a God, then he's clearly choosing favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Or,
I'm getting deep here. This is pretty deep.
That's like a whole other.
Yeah. Because here's the thing: if I'm the father of that child, which meant that me and her mom, went through a divorce. That stepdad is a dead man. How do we reconcile that? So we're an hour and 50 minutes into this. Did you know we were going to go that long? We covered all the food groups tonight. I think we did.
Yeah.
All right. I got it. Scott, we can get you one more comment. Clarissa, in your voice, you read it.
In my voice, okay. Do you think that God left us without instruction? The Bible. If you can't believe in God, you won't believe what he has said. Full stop. If you believe in God, you would consider that he left you a message. Check it out. Faith is his way. All things created from nothing took that thing called faith by God. So God used faith too. Pretty crazy, huh?
It's pretty crazy.
Well, I mean, but how can you say that? I mean, there's other holy books.
Well, here's the thing too. Did you the whole story with God being crucified and resurrecting after 3 days, which I went on record, and there was a meme out there, and I bought into it, and I said the same thing. If our current president was crucified and came back alive in 3 days, I'll buy into it. He is the chosen one. Until then, not going to happen. But that whole story, if you go back and you can Google this is out there. The whole story of Jesus being crucified and then resurrecting after 3 days, that's a story that has been involved in other religions, other stories prior to Jesus in different things. So that's ultimately, just be nice to people. Just be nice. I think we do get a message, if there is a higher power, Clarissa, if there's a higher power, and they're trying to set us on the straight and narrow. I think every day, tomorrow we'll wake up, go through our routine. I work from home now, and the whole IT thing, and whether it's through something that I'm researching with work, or I'll take my dog out and I see something, we all get kind of a message for the day or whatever. But ultimately it's us to make that call. It's us to make the right decision. 5,000. All right. Scott's playing. I've got to do this. God and evil, we are not meant to know it. We became naked when we became aware. We became naked when we became aware. You're not talking about the snake and the talking snake, Scott. I mean, because seriously, a talking snake. Oh, why is it a snake talks 2,000 years ago? Why wouldn't a snake talk now? Okay. 5,000 witnesses at once. I'm not sure what that means. You know what that means? Is that,
I don't know.
all right. I guess, is that 5,000 witnesses back in the crucifixion? Because if that was the case, and there was 5,000 witnesses for the other crucifixions and stuff. Scott, we're playing along. I love you, brother. It's good stuff. We can be friends. We're not seeing eye to eye, but we can still coexist. What's going on with you short term? Talk to me. What's well, I have a better. Let's skip that. We're going to end the show on what I call my little rapid fire. Play along. First concert you attended? Backstreet Boys, wasn't it? It was.
I think it was 311 and Snoop Dogg. Actually, it was great.
Mad respect. Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
If you were stuck in an elevator with a celebrity besides Jason Momoa, who would it be?
Maybe like Michael B. Jordan. I really like him.
Okay. If you had a superpower, What would it be?
Teleportation.
I'm with you there. Where would you go? Could be one place.
I want. I'd be great.
Well, no. Where would you first? What would be your first place you go?
First place. Somewhere warm, sunny, beach, maybe like Bora Bora. Those little huts that are on the water. Yeah.
Just to show off that body. I got it. All right. I'm with you. All right. Fans, onlyfans.com/ what's the hashtag, or not the hashtag, this place? Yeah.
I don't know. Life's more fun with
life. Yeah. I'm trying to go back. Life's more fun. All right. Pet peeve. Give me something that just drives you crazy.
I don't know. Shoot, this is hard.
Nothing?
I mean, I'm sure I get irritated, but I don't know. Okay, well, how about instantly, irrationally angry is stepping into something with socks on, like a liquid.
Where the hell did that come from?
I don't know, but that's all I could think about.
All right. Last one for you. And we kind of touched on the teleportation thing. If you had access to a time machine and can go anywhere in the past to observe, not to change, where would you go?
Okay. To answer life's fourth great question is, what the fuck happened to the dinosaurs? That's where I would go.
That is the fourth question. Touche. I like that. All right. Scott, I called you out. You're right. It was about more like 500. Were those, did they front row seats, standing room only?
Was that
Scott's
rally, or what are we talking about?
His 500. This was the people witnessing the crucifixion. I don't know. It's a great story. It's a great story. At the end of the day, I do. Here's what I would like. I would like for all of us to wake up to Monday morning, and it'd be a sunny day, beautiful morning. We walk out. For me, I'd walk out on the patio, look up into the sky, and all of a sudden we hear this voice. I am God. I'm with you. I'm watching you. I'm taking care of you. That would be cool. Not going to happen.
Kind of scary, though.
Would that scare you? Yeah, well, actually, yeah, it would be. I mean, think about it. But I think for me, I'm a very open-minded person, so I'm agnostic. I say I don't know. Am I rooting for? I'm rooting for peace and love. That's what I'm rooting for. We all can find a common ground, and we can get past this shit show that we've endured the last several years. And the shit show is on both sides, because the left, as I think the administration has been a clusterfuck, and the people on the far right think that us, the people on the left, and everybody is picking on their guy, and all the left crazy thinking that we do. Just, can we find a common ground? That's all I want. So, and to manage your OnlyFans site, I am the guy to do that. I got you.
All right.
I got you. I'm your hookup. All right, Clarissa, we 10 o'clock, pushing 2 hours. Good stuff. I didn't think we would go this deep, but I'm glad we did. Had a lot of fun chatting with you.
Yeah, it's been good.
And when we cross paths, the first 3 glasses of wine are on me.
Oh my God.
4. 4 is actually one of my favorite numbers. I got you 4. You got to do 4.
4. That's a whole bottle. All right, let's
There
do
you
it.
go. Well, then we'll just keep getting bottles. All right, Clarissa, thanks for hanging out with me. Scott, people who joined us tonight, Michael Ray, everybody hanging out. Good stuff tonight. We'll do it again. Wish you well, my friend. Peace and love to you and your family. And take care. We'll connect soon.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All
Bye.
right. Peace.